Hey, it's Benito again, and this is the first episode of a series I'm going to call Crazy Free-For-All Wins, which is basically a series like dedicated to free-for-alls, obviously. But I want you guys to recommend me classes, like absolutely anything, you know, really bad perks, really bad weapons with horrible attachments, like blast shields and smoke grenades which you can't do anything with. Stuff like that, and my challenge is to win with them with the best score I can. Now this one is an MG4, obviously, with a silencer heartbeat monitor, Bling Pro, Hardline Pro, and Sitrep. I haven't got Sitrep Pro yet because I've never really used it before. I really like Ninja, so I always have that on, and I don't mind about claymores and stuff. You know, if I get killed by one, I'll be like, ah. But anyway, yep, got painkiller on as well. But you know, first of all, I'd just like to talk about commentating in general. I mean, commentating. I first got into it because a lot of you guys said, you know, do some commentaries, they'd be good. So I started doing them, and I thought I was listening to other people's commentaries, and I was like, you know, it seems pretty easy. They just talk about anything, you know, anything they want to. But then, when you actually sit down and start doing it, it's so hard because you're staring at a computer screen, watching the gameplay go along, and you've got a microphone in front of you, maybe a headset like me, or anything like that, and you've basically got to speak to a computer screen like it's an audience, and it's a really strange feeling. When you first do it, it'll be really hard to get used to the idea of like having to speak like you've got an audience in front of you. But yeah, to the gameplay bit, you see I got a smoke grenade there, thinking I've got a stun, so I triggered it at him, pop him on the head with it, go around and knife him with the shank. I'll put a Perry quote there. Oh, don't comment on that, please, that's bad. But I've got my kill streaks on, but I don't actually use them because I'm thinking, you know, that's a bit unfair. The air support will get me quite a few kills, so it won't be all about the gun and how terrible it is. I just like, you know, the MG4. I used to use it quite a bit with the red dot. Quite liked it. But then with this normal sight without any red dot or holographic or ACOG or whatever. The gun is actually broken because you see that circle when you aim in, like the circle that goes around the pin. The bullets actually go around that circle instead of on the pin where you want it to. So it's much harder to use with the like regular sight than it is with like a holographic or an ACOG or a red dot, things like that. Now you'll notice, like with a few of the episodes, I'll probably speed it up a bit because I know now they've upgraded the upload to 15 minutes, which is quite useful. But in a lot of the games, there'll probably be bits like half a minute, where I'll just be like running around trying to find people. So I'll probably speed them bits up or cut them out just to save time. Because one, I probably won't be able to speak non-stop for 12 minutes or like however long the game is, like non-stop, because I'd just run out of things to say. But also, I'd like to talk about blast shield as well. I mean, I'm using that because they recommended it, and you know, I use it in ground war quite a bit because of all the noob tubes and AT4s and stuff like that. One-man army especially on terminal. I mean, terminal, if the corridor is like a plague for one-man army noob tubers. It's just, if you get spawn trapped at A, if you're playing domination, then you basically get shot on from the other side if people are firing noob tubes and stuff. So to get out of there, a good tip is to put blast shield on. You know, just tank it out, tank it around the outside, save your team from a whole game of being spawn trapped basically. So you can like switch the spawns and stuff, and actually be able to do something, and not just spawn die, you know, the regular regime. But yeah, Sitrep Pro actually comes in really useful because a lot of them are planting claymores, and I'm using it. Good opportunity to get like more to Sitrep Pro, if you know what I mean. But I haven't actually ever had Cigarette Pro, which is, you know, when I get it, it'll be new, because I don't exactly know. I know what it does, but I've never had the experience of, like, having the knowledge of what it does. If you know what I mean. I've never experienced it, so that'll be good. I mean, it loudens footsteps. Loudens? Makes them louder. Whatever. But I've heard a lot that it's very confusing because they're so loud that you don't know if they're far away or really close. But that's just what I've heard. Now oh my god, you notice I get a lot of hit markers here. I mean, hardline. I never really use anything other than stopping power, because if I don't use stopping power, I've got a mentality that's saying to me, well, you haven't got stopping power on, so you won't be able to get any kills because you don't get good bullet damage. So that kind of scares me off using any other perk. So when I use stopping power, I've got, you know, I'll be like, yeah, I've got stopping power on, I can just tank it through, you know, kill those guys. But when I haven't, as I said, it's like I won't be able to kill anyone with it. So I'd say that was quite bad, to be honest. I need to snap out of that. But yeah, when I do use it, I find that I really don't get as many kills without stopping power. I get so much more with stopping power. But yeah, the silencer as well. That's a machine. It sounds terrible, but it is terrible because it shows up on the minimap. I'm not sure if they patched that, but it used to show up on the minimap when you fired it. I mean, it's a silencer. It's not meant to. Just like the M9 pistol, that shows up on the minimap when you fire it with a silencer, which kind of takes away the point of a silencer. I mean, in my gameplays, you'll notice me a lot using the silencers on my guns, and that's the main reason. Is because I don't like muzzle flash, because it kind of knocks you off aim, especially with the UMP. If I've got FMJ or extended mags on that, I find that my accuracy is all over the place because of the muzzle flash. You know, won't be able to aim properly. But the silencer really takes that away, and it's really useful, especially for long range shots. I mean, you can burst fire and still know where your enemy is without having that horrible, like, flash coming up. But another reason that I use it is I play Demolition a lot, so I'm in their spawn quite a lot, and it keeps you hidden, basically, so they don't know where you are, because if they watch the kill cam, you could be in one place, but then you can move pretty much straight away. So it's good for keeping them at bay. Thank you for the suggestion from Guitar 3922, I think it was. There's the final kill cam. Yep, thanks for watching. This will carry on. I already have another episode ready. So subscribe, and I look forward to bringing you the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.